Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on the show and spending a little time with us. This is The Feed. Why don't we start with you? Let's have some introductions.
My name's Craig, and I play rhythm guitar and sing.
I'm Eric, and I play the bass, and I don't sing.
I'm Mike, and I play the drums, and I don't sing.
And I'm Mark, and I play the guitar, and I do sing as well.
Wow, oh my
At the
goodness.
same time.
Simultaneously.
Almost like a harmony thing going on, huh?
Indeed.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourselves. How did you come to get to know each other and become a band?
It started probably, 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
4 years ago, and I actually wanted to start something up, and somehow the drummer that I was playing with met Eric through the jazz band at MCTC, and so me and him started playing together, and we've been through a ridiculous amount of members since.
Uh-huh.
And pretty much these two guys got in the band, 2 years ago, yeah? About?
Year and a half.
About a year and a half
A year
ago.
and a half ago.
We came together.
It's pretty much just been this is the lineup that we want to try to hold on to as long as possible. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's usually a positive thing, staying together. You know?
Yeah.
It works well to
It hasn't worked
accomplish
out.
something.
It hasn't worked out for us, really. I mean, we're pretty happy with this lineup, I think. So
Yeah, I'm much happier than in the past.
yeah. So
What are some objectives of the band? Maybe you can help our audience to understand how you perceive yourselves. What type of music, what direction do you want to go in?
Well, as far as that goes, we've kind of, as from a stylistic standpoint, we've
Yes.
sort of kind of looked at who we are sort of after the fact. Essentially, obviously, we have different influences and things like that in the group. So, essentially, we've just kind of put our different ideas together, as probably a lot of bands do, and kind of look at what you are afterwards. We haven't talked too much about what we are trying to be stylistically. It's probably more the idea that we're trying to be as open-minded as we can about whatever ideas come up, and let it go in that direction. And somehow, you look back on all of it, and everything sort of seems to sound like us ultimately, and so we seem to do better as we reach for more stylistic range and things like that.
Some interesting things that we've seen on the stage so far. Maybe you could share with us what that is that you're doing there with the.
oh right, I
On the
use
platform.
I use an Air Effects. It's made by Alesis, and it's almost like the best way I can describe it. It's similar to a theremin. It's a digital box. It's got an infrared beam on the inside that just responds to the motion of your hand,
Right.
and it tweaks the effect out. So it's pretty cool, and it adds a different element to the music.
Definitely.
Definitely don't overdo it. I've learned that much, and so I try to keep it minimal, whatever. But it's fun. It's for the easily amused, I
Gives a
think.
little bit more of a
definitely.
new school twist, kind of.
Well, there's like some bands that have been like very like underground, industrial, like Meat Beat Manifesto.
Right.
Groups like that that are actually using a theremin, and they use it sparingly. I think it's quite tasteful. It's
Yeah.
something you don't see too much these
Yeah,
days.
that's true.
Right.
That's true.
Mm.
So it's cool.
Anything else? Any other surprises that we can expect to see during the rest of the show?
I'm looking actually forward to us dressing up and getting crazy in costumes, and hopefully that'll happen eventually. I'm trying to get these guys to do it, but
Probably more likely would be maybe breaking out the your whatever the heck you call the thing now.
the didgeridoo, right?
The
Right.
didgeridoo.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Might do some drums tonight, too.
Right.
Really?
Right.
There's a chance of that.
Chance of some drum jam.
Nice.
Right.
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 What's fun is that we just never know what's really going to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, particularly a place like Toads, you're really going to try to put as much energy into the performance as you can, and hope that you come up with something that's in a short space of time can sort of affect the audience the way that you'd hope with a longer show or whatever the case.
Right, with the shorter set.
Yeah, totally.
What are some venues that you've played where you've gotten some exposure, maybe some festivals or other places?
Well, the
in the
festival circuit is something that we're actually hoping to really make that breakthrough into by next summer, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That would be 2004, for those of you watching a repeat.
Hey, it's good thinking.
Yeah,
Good
well, we're trying to help you out as much as we
thanks.
can here. But, yeah, I mean, we'd love to, obviously, that's, especially in the summertime, such a huge thing. But essentially, we've really stuck to the clubs that we consider to be the better ones in the Connecticut area, and then Burlington, Vermont, and Western Mass are places where we're playing a lot.
We've done a lot of stuff with the Webster. We've played Dickie Betts, Percy Hill, Mike Gordon from Fish, like a bunch of stuff, samples.
Nice.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But we're definitely in that phase still where we're kind of a grassroots promotion, thing. We're a lot of creating our own flyers and getting CDs out there. We've given away a lot of our bulk CDs, live material. And
Working
whatnot.
up your promotions.
Yeah, and it's worked quite well. I mean, for what's been a 1.5-year push or whatever, places like even the smaller places that we play in the Connecticut area, our draw is pretty good, and we're having a lot of energized nights out there. So a lot of fun.
What about your backgrounds? Maybe you can tell us something as to how you became a musician, what brought you to where you are, any possibly schooling, or maybe being in a garage band, just anything along those lines.
Mike was a roadie for his parents' band when he was a kid.
Interesting.
True.
Yeah.
It's all their fault.
It's all their fault.
I've been playing drum set since I was like 13, and still try to play every now and then. Picked up a guitar, and I just try to pick up as many instruments as possible. I do my own recording at home, and write my own stuff, and it's different. It's different than this band for sure. It's a different style, and but it's cool, because I get to throw my own element into this. So,
We kind of represent a cross section of age groups. We've got the new school crew up front, essentially, that are bringing anything from Eric bringing
the corrosion.
Well, Eric brings the sort of the urban feel to our band. You got Craig bringing a lot of the sort of almost Euro.
What do I bring?
I'm getting there, champ.
Not a whole.
Mike definitely brings. What are you? You're 33 years old, so he really brings that sort of jazz fusion drum.
Sorry?
How old are you?
Right. Oh, that's right. We're talking age. Yeah. Well, I'm just a couple of years older than Mike over there.
Couple.
And I bring basically, first off, maturity.
Nice.
But more importantly,
Old Spice.
a little bit of my old school feel. So we
Really?
kind of blend them all together and create a perfect timepiece for music over the last 20
I'm
years.
personally-
How's that?
I'm
That's
happy
good.
to have Mark in the band because that makes me not the oldest one.
Right.
Just that alone.
As well as
that
a
alone.
plethora of other reasons.
Yeah.
But
One thing that I noticed in your performance is that, as a newcomer to your band, I didn't recognize one song.
Good.
So that leads me to believe that you're an all-original band.
Pretty much.
we
Wow.
are. We will occasionally tease a popular standard.
Right.
Please.
That's about it. You might somewhere along the lines hear something that you think is familiar, and just as quickly as you do, it's gone. And we're out to another tune.
Yeah.
Whisper a hook line somewhere, right? And then move on. Yeah.
Every once in a while.
But yeah, we didn't. And it's funny, when we first got together, we discussed the idea of covers, and that discussion never really goes away entirely. But at the same time, it just seems like there's never. It's not just not that necessary, really.
They're
Right.
fun once in a while,
They are.
but that's just it. It's just for fun,
Right.
It's good to throw down some fun, because we take it real seriously, even though we look like we're goofing around a lot.
Right.
So it's nice to just do some cheesy cover song just for fun.
Just to lighten the mood or
Just to
to
lighten-
change
yeah.
what's going on. Yeah.
Right.
And it makes it all that easier to get intense again.
Right. Plus, it keeps it spontaneous. If your audience, your fan base that's building, gets something they weren't expecting, and
Right.
that's
Well,
definitely
that's
something to
what's
talk
nice.
about. That kind
You
of
go
thing.
to see
Yeah,
a cover
sure.
band, and when a cover band bangs out a popular song, it's great. When you go to see an all-original band and they blow out a great cover song, it's a huge ordeal. The whole place goes nuts.
Right. Right.
People hanging from the rafters.
Sometimes we get through the whole song.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We don't actually rehearse the covers, though.
No.
No.
You have to
discuss
actually rehearse a cover.
We just
Yeah. There's
do
like
it.
a muse.
Actually, we don't
inspiration.
rehearse at all, do we?
We haven't rehearsed it.
No. We should do a cover tonight.
That's a possibility. Certainly. Just think of one.
YYZ.
YYC.
Oh.
Sure.
So we'll think of another cover.
What else? You have a website, yes? Do you have a
Yes.
website?
We have a fantastic website.
What are some
Thanks to our
things that...
wonderful, wonderful graphic artist named Joe Crack,
Huh.
who we have been blessed with, and he's provided us with a fantastic website free of charge, which is www.thefeedwebsite.com.
There you go. That works. And what type of information might someone find there beyond the scope of our discussion
Everything.
today?
You'll find schedules, you'll find music, MP3s, a lot of music, entire shows, which even
nice.
include printable covers that you can download. You'll find info on the band, bios, photos from shows.
Side project stuff.
Yeah, side projects. Within the website, each band member has their own website with each member's own personal information. It's probably a nicer website than we should have at this point, but we've been blessed with our friends.
Right, that's nice, very nice.
And of course, we couldn't get them to go to the show tonight.
Right.
Ooh, for shame, for shame. Uh-oh. Maybe I'll have to leave a post on your site there, get his attention. Well, let's see, any closing thoughts here?
Check out the feed.
Yeah, check out the
Go
feed.
see the feed.
Yes, we're fun. We're a lot of energy at our shows. You know, we're definitely a band that enjoys entertaining as well as finding, the whole. There's art and there's entertainment, and I think we blend them pretty well together. That's important.
Obviously, this program isn't meant to be any sort of commercial platform. But just out of curiosity, have you done anything to compose something in the studio for possibly sharing, with your audiences or whoever?
We did pretty much a whole studio album, and then pretty much trashed it or left it in a hard drive, and then we just started working on a new thing that should be out
We
sometime.
kind of changed the approach a little bit, and we liked the results recently, and so we've been working again at it.
Plus, we're just so busy touring.
We are busy touring, busy people.
Yeah, it's hard when you're on the
East
road.
Coast.
Yeah.
But
The towns just say, oh,
Something is in the
come
works, so it'll be ready. Hopefully,
This
the next
summer.
few months.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
And we have about 3 tracks that are sort of finding radio play currently as well, that we are distributing with this kind of a half live, half studio effort.
Right,
So
right.
it's the material's been getting out there, but we are looking forward to having an actual full studio thing that we can use to gain more.
If you'd like to hear the studio tracks, you can go to www.thefeedwebsite.com, and you can download the whole demo CD, which includes the 3 new tracks. Probably by the time this airs, there'll be more.
Have you, do you know who Dean Budnick is?
No, but I know he's got a cool
Dean
sound.
Budnick runs Jam Nation.
Oh, that's right.
That's the
right.
radio program at 104. And I know that they cover, not that I'm saying you're a jam band per se,
Right.
but, just modern, contemporary, rock / we can't really
Improvisationally
classify
based
you type
something or
of
other.
band. Normally at one point or another makes its way there, and that's a nice way to get some more exposure.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And people can just turn on the radio and there you are.
Right.
And you get something similar to this, you get a little bit of interview, and you get to play for 45 minutes to an hour, and people get to hear you for free and and check you out. And
Love to do that.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Love to do that.
Yeah, we're looking to basically become the biggest show in town in Connecticut. Is that, I think that's about fair.
Well,
Reaching for the stars.
I'm
There you go.
Global domination.
He's
global domination.
I like local domination.
Mike the
to
Dictator
start with,
Cuny.
No, I don't want much. I just want to rule the world
I don't want much.
from behind my drum set.
In this day and age of globalization, that's probably not too far away. Well, that's about it. I'm thinking that we can go back and view the rest of our program.
Very good.
I thank you for taking this time
Thank
to
you.
share with
Thank
us,
you, yeah.
Thank you very much.
helping us to get to know you a little better. And that's a wrap. Any final words, sage wisdom, advice?
Thefeedwebsite.com.
Right.
Always do your thing and always be free.
Excellent. Excellent. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.